Tom. How's it going?
Hi, Nadia. I'm fine, thanks.
That's a cool mug. The one on your desk.
Oh, thanks. This is the colour of the year for 2019. Did you know that there's been an official colour of the year every year since 2000?
No. What do you mean? Who decides that?
The colour gets chosen by a company called Pantone.
Oh, I've heard of them. Lots of designers use the Pantone colour system, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. Well, twice a year, Pantone organise a secret meeting, which is attended by representatives from all over the world. Together, they decide what the colour for the next year will be.
Okay. But how do they decide what the colour should be?
It's a mixture of things. They analyse trends from design, technology, fashion, and even food. And they also think about something which is harder to define: the zeitgeist, which describes the general mood or feeling at a particular period of time.
What do you mean? Can you give me an example?
Yeah, so it might have been a year when people were feeling anxious about the future, or the zeitgeist might suggest that people are generally feeling optimistic. Different colours would reflect those different overall moods.
Right, I see. I guess we do tend to link some colours with different emotions. Like me, I see yellow as a bright and happy colour, and people generally think of red as being angry. Things like that.
Exactly. So, for example, Pantone's colour of the year for 2017 was a shade of green. It's quite a bright, fresh colour, but also a calming one. Pantone said that they'd chosen it because there'd been a lot of social and political changes that year, and people were struggling to adjust to them. So the public needed a colour that was calm but cheerful, and one that connected them to nature and the environment.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what was the colour for 2018?
A bluish purple called ultraviolet. According to Pantone, it's a colour that's connected with creativity and the imagination. That's partly because forward thinking performers like Prince and Jimi Hendrix brought purple into popular culture. Oh, and purple also makes us think of the future, apparently.
Really? I suppose it is quite a bold colour.
Yeah, and it's a mysterious one too. Pantone compares ultraviolet to the colour of the night sky. And here's another example of how the colour of the year is connected to trends in other areas. Purple is quite a spiritual colour, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think it's one that's often linked to relaxation and free time activities like yoga and meditation. Those have been becoming more and more popular over the last few years because our lives are getting busier and because people want to take breaks from using their phones and social media.
That's true.
Actually, speaking of social media, I'm going to look up the colour of the year on Twitter. Uh, there are a lot of enthusiastic comments here. It looks like people generally approved of the 2018 colour. Okay, so here's another example of how the colour of the year reflects trends and events. Someone has commented that purple is a colour that makes us think of kings and queens.
Right.
And 2018 was a big year for the British royal family, right? With Prince Harry getting married. That was a national event that many people really cared about.
Seriously? I can hardly believe that Pantone thought about that when they chose the 2018 colour.
You never know.